Yesterday, I given you an overview on working with the website and web server. So how to create a website, how to access the resources from website. These are the basic things we learned. Right. So we discussed about web server and website. These are the two things we learned. Web server and website. Yesterday I given you an overview of how to create an website. How do we work with website? Right. So technically, after understanding website, if you are unable to find IIS, how to add IIS also I told you. Am I right? Have you practiced others? How to create a website and all, have you practiced it? Everyone? Right. Good, right? So were you able to create? Yes. Already I told you, if not available, how to add also I given you in the notes. Once go through that, right? So whoever unable to find, I told you how to add if it is not there, right? Right, fine. Okay, so let's see this now. Once we understood about notes is uploaded into GitHub, right? If you missed that, then at the end of the session, I will give you that GitHub link again. You go through that. Right. Okay. Technically, so we discussed about what is web server, how to locate web server, what is website. Now, another important, how to create website. Yesterday, we created a website called shopping. We created a website called shopping. So how to create, how to access these techniques we have learned. I told you website will have a virtual path and a physical path. Physical path. In the notes I given clearly how to create, configure and all. I showed you here, right? Next, after understanding about website, we have to know about web page. Technically, what is a web page and how this web page works. Actually, web page is an hypertext document. It is an hypertext document. Web page is an hypertext document. It is an hypertext document, right? Technically, web page is an hypertext document. It provides an UI. Hypertext document, it provides an UI from where user can interact with the resources. resources of a website. It provides an UI from where user can interact with the resources, right? Today is your first class. Yesterday you are not there. So forget about them. You just continue today. Any people who missed out the first sessions, we will have a backup session. In the backup session, I will show you the process, how to do everything, right? Yeah. Now don't ask when will be the backup session. I will let you know about that, right? So technically, we discussed web server, website, and yesterday we saw that we have a website, but we don't have a proper UI for interacting with that website. We don't have a proper UI for interacting with that website. Yesterday's our website was in C drive. We created a shopping. Yeah, this is the website. And in that we have only two folders. Docs, which contains a document, and images, which contains some image. And how do we access that? We have to open the browser and we need to request in this way. We need to request that in the URL. So how do we request in the URL? Technically, http://localhost, or you can give the IP address and shopping, that is the website name. Initially, it will show an error because we haven't designed any UI for it. We can access the resources directly. So where is the resource? It is in images. In that we have speaker.jpg. So it can access and display that image. So we have to create a proper UI. We have to create a proper user interface so that user can interact with our application. User can interact with our application. That UI is called as web page. So it is a document which provides a user interface from where user can interact with the resources of website. Actually, the web pages are classified into into two types. The web pages are classified into two types. Number one, we have static page and we have dynamic page. These are the two pages, static page and dynamic page. When we are learning about web designing in UI development, we should know about two types of pages, static page and dynamic page. Now, many people have different idea about static and dynamic. But technically, what is static, what is dynamic? A simple point I will explain you. If you understood static and dynamic, then you will understand static page and a dynamic page. Let's see. For example, what is static and dynamic? Technically, actually. So the term static, usually static, the term static and dynamic, the term static and dynamic, these are dynamic, static and dynamic. The words static and dynamic are related to. My voice is loud and clear, Mr. Chandan. Check once your side. So there is no problem. Everyone able to hear it properly? Is it audible to everyone? My voice? Mr. You check your side, others, it's very clear, right? So here the point is, what is static and what is dynamic actually? Generally, first you should know that the static and dynamic are the words related to memory. They are the words related to memory. So we have static memory and we have dynamic memory. What is the nature of static and dynamic difference is actually, first I will show you a simple program concept. Later you will learn programming. Don't worry about programming. To show you this example, I am just giving an overview. So actually, suppose we are having a simple client. Means I am explaining in a general way so that everyone can understand. So we have multiple clients. That means multiple people. Right? Multiple clients. Now, static memory is nothing but, so you requested something, static and dynamic are memories. So this is the first, second and third clients. Now first client requested some data, that means some page. This page is loaded into the memory. That page is loaded into the memory. After that, this page is provided to the client. And important, the same page is provided to all the clients. That means across any number of requests, the page is same. For everyone, the information will be same. That means actually static is continuous memory. Continuous memory means the memory allocated for first will continue for others. The same will be for others. Static is continuous memory. Actually, static is continuous memory. Continuous memory. Continuous memory means the memory allocated for one will be the same for others. That means across all the users, the information will be same. So in our general terminology, means because we are not still learning any programming. When we learn programming, we can detailedly see that practically also. As of now, according to this point, what is a static page? Static page is nothing but it contains information which is common for any number of requests. That means across any number of requests, information will be same. That means 100 people are accessing the page. For everyone, it have same information to show. Everyone can see the same information. Then we call these pages as static page. Static page contains same information to display across any number of requests. Across any number of requests. Understood? I hope everyone understood. For example, suppose you opened a website. Suppose you opened a website like you opened a website like IRCTC. When you open a website, the home page for website is same for everyone. Am I right? The home page of that particular website is same for everyone. Am I right? Everyone can see the same information. From anywhere you access, the information will be same. That is what actually static page, technically static page. What is dynamic page? Dynamic page means, for example, dynamic page is nothing but you make a request here. Dynamic page is nothing but the first person made a request. The page is loaded into memory. It is loaded into the memory, right? It is loaded into memory. That means you made a request. It is loaded into memory, right? Once it is loaded into memory, it will generate a response according to that client request, and it is removed from the memory. For second user, it will load into memory again, and it will generate a response according to second client request. That means it may look same, but it will generate a response different according to the client request. That means for every client, the page will generate a different response according to his request. That means it will not have the same information to show across any number of requests. Understood? Understood? That means it is not having same information to show. Information will change according to the request. Static page contains same information to show, but dynamic page contains information that changes according to request. For example, I will tell you here, suppose in IRCTC, you opened a PNR status page, status page. Now tell me, is the page same for everyone? This PNR page same for everyone? That means it will ask the PNR number and it will give submit. It is same for everyone. Am I right? It is same for everyone. The user interface looks like same for everyone. But when you enter the PNR number, will it generate the same result for everyone? Will it generate the same information for everyone? No. It will generate the information different according to that client. Am I right? Am I right? That means it is a page which may look same, but will not send same response to everyone. Am I right? It will generate different response according to the client request. Such pages are known as dynamic pages. Understood, everyone? What is dynamic page? So dynamic pages can change information, So now don't ask PNR, silly fellow, right? So this PNR is a railway reservation form, right? Why you are asking PNR full form? It's like joke, right? Right. I'm given an example of, I am not a railway reservation guy. I'm giving an example of just a page, right? So here the point is, important is, what is difference between a static page, dynamic page? First tell me what you understood, everyone. What you understood by the meaning of static page. Static page means what? Send me a message. What is static page? Static page means, what do you say about static page? What you understood by static page? Information will be same across any number of requests. Am I right? Information will be same across any number of requests. Am I right? The content will be same for any number of requests, right? Same information across any number of requests. Yeah. Dynamic page, that means the response will change according to the client request. Am I right? For every client, a different content is sent. So that is what actually dynamic page. For example, you see a page here. Suppose I'm showing you some pages. They may not be working now, right? But generally, how you identify that? That means static page, it contains same information. Static page contains same information to display across any number of requests. Same information to display across any number of requests. Static page contains same information to display across any number of requests. So usually static pages have the extension .html or .htm. These are all the extensions for static pages. So example, they will be like home.html, index.htm. What is difference between HTML and HTM? I will tell you. We will discuss about that. But usually static pages will have the extension .html or .htm. That is what actually static pages. So technically, static pages contains the same information, right? Same information. Yeah. Any people have turned on the video, please turn off your videos. It is very much disturbing to the users, right? Others, please turn off your videos, huh? Right. All right. Okay. So fine. Now that is what actually static page. Next, what is dynamic page? Dynamic page. It comprises of information which changes according to client request. It comprises of information which changes according to client request. That means it will not send the same information. It customizes the information according to the client request. So which changes according to the client request. So usually dynamic pages have the extension dot JSP dot PHP PHP dot ASPX, so etc. This all comes under dynamic pages. Now in UI technology, you cannot design dynamic pages. Dynamic pages is done by server side people. Java, JSP, PHP, .NET, Python. All these people are responsible for designing dynamic pages. We are not responsible for dynamic pages. So we are responsible for just static pages. So in UI development, you will learn static pages. But important, for dynamic pages also they need UI. That UI part we will do. But the functionality part, that server side people have to take care. That's the reason server side people also need to learn UI, because dynamic page requires an user interface. That user interface is designed by using UI only. Understood? That means Java, .NET, PHP, Python, all these people need to learn UI, because even the dynamic pages also need user interface. But we, in UI technologies, you will not learn dynamic pages, but you will learn the UI for dynamic pages. Complete dynamic page we cannot do, because it is related to server side technologies. So generally you have dynamic pages like some movies.aspx, some results.jsp, like this. So some ticket.php. These will have the extension like this, Yes, it depends, right? That means suppose when you are opening any website, so here suppose inoxmovies.com, something, a website is here. This is like an Inox Movies website. Now important is, this is a general, this is the home page, everyone can watch the same page, but it is having the options, it is having the pages, right? It is having the pages like you can see, register, login, so many pages are present. When I click on register or login, so that means it opens a login screen and you enter the details. Register, it opens a register form. You enter the details, you can submit those details. That means whenever you open some options, you can see that here it is asking, this is like some tickets. It is asking name, city. According to your name and city, it will change the response. That's the reason, observe carefully. Its extension is ASPX. Am I right? Its extension is ASPX. That means for everyone, it looks the same, but the response it generates will be different according to the city, according to the email, mobile, and what details you selected. According to that, it will change it. I hope you understood. It looks the same, but generates a response different according to the client request, right? So that is what actually dynamic pages are. Dynamic pages are. ASP, JSP, PHP, these are all server-side technologies. So you cannot create dynamic pages with JavaScript. Dynamic pages cannot be created with JavaScript. Many people who don't know properly about JavaScript and HTML, they think that dynamic pages means client side, if they are allowing interaction, they are dynamic pages. So they are not dynamic pages. JavaScript is used for making only DOM dynamic, not page dynamic. Understood? Mr. Venkat R. right? JavaScript is used to make the DOM, DOM, document object model dynamic. It is not going to make the page dynamic. So that's why, because many people have many definitions. So when you ask what is a dynamic page, then they will say, some people say with JavaScript you can create dynamic pages. Seriously, you cannot create dynamic pages with JavaScript. JavaScript is only to make your HTML dynamic, not the page dynamic. Understood? HTML is static. To make the static DOM of HTML dynamic, we use JavaScript, jQuery and all. So they are not dynamic pages, right? Dynamic pages means they accept the request, process the request, generate the response on the server, gets the information from server, if necessary, communicates with the database, gets the data from the database, generates a response, sends the response back to the client. Understood? So never think that, generally many people give this definition, like many people give the definition like static page means it will not allow interaction, dynamic page means it will allow interaction. That is wrong. Interaction you can manage client side, server side. If a server side interaction is allowed, then it is called dynamic page. Understood? Dynamic pages allow server side interaction to communicate server side, to handle interactions server side. Dynamic pages are the pages which allow to handle interactions server side. Understood? Different dynamic pages are present, different technologies, Java, .NET, PHP. If you are using Java, then dynamic pages will have extension JSP. If you are using .NET, dynamic pages will have extension ASPX. PHP. It depends on which server side technology they are using. So we are not going to learn about designing of dynamic pages. So that is completely involved with the server side technologies. We are going to design UI for dynamic pages. So we are going to design the complete static pages and the UI for dynamic pages. UI for dynamic pages. Now, important is several interactions. Remember this point. So it handles interactions server side. So usually this point also you should remember that a dynamic page handles interaction, server side. A dynamic page handles interaction server side. It handles the interaction server side. So technically, so what is the dynamic page? That is, this point also you should remember. So that means not client side. So client side is not dynamic. Server side, it is dynamic, right? That is what actually the difference between static page and dynamic page. I hope everyone understood difference between static page and dynamic page. Clear, right? So what are static pages and what are dynamic pages? Now, we are going to understand how we can design these static pages and dynamic pages. Means the UI for static and dynamic page. UI we can design. So our main concentration will be working on the static page. Our main concentration will be working on UI. That UI is suitable for both static and dynamic. Even people who are learning Java, .NET, PHP, they need to learn UI to make the presentation more better, right? More attractive and interactive, right? So how this will work, we will discuss about that. How to design those pages, we will see later. That is not the point now. So I hope three things are clear. What is a web server and what is a website and what is an web page. And in the web page, what are static pages and dynamic pages? Now, one more important thing you should know is technically, as a developer, you should know that web is not all about website. Web is not all about website. That is important thing you should know. Web contains so many things. Web contains so many things. Generally, web comprises of so many things. Actually, we have a website. We have a website. We have a web application. Web application. We have a blog. We have wiki. We have podcasting. Podcasting. We have microblogs. Microblogs. Microblog. We have widgets. Widgets. So technically, a web developer should know all of these, difference between all of these. What is a website? What is a web application? What is a blog? What is a microblog, wiki, podcasting, widgets? Generally, in general, people think that website, web means website. Internet means everything is website. But on internet, everything is not a website. So many are there. We have websites, we have web application, we have blogs, we have microblogs, we have wikis, we have podcasting, we have widgets. So developers should know the difference between them. Don't think that every time you will develop a website. So web means not only websites, so many are there. What are those? Difference basically. Technically, what is a website and what is a web application? The basic difference I will tell you generally. Suppose you opened some Naresh IT details on internet. When you open Naresh IT details on internet, so you saw what courses they are offering, what details they are having, the catalogs, courses information. And important is in that online URL which you are watching about Naresh IT, there is no interaction. That means you can just watch what they provided to you. There is no interaction. That means you cannot ask any query. You cannot chat with any HR. You cannot log in, register. You can just watch what they provided to you. No interactions are present. Then it is called as a website. Understood? We call those as websites. If a small interaction is designed means you can search for course, you can filter and search for course, you can chat with the HR, we can send messages, we can register on courses, we can log in. If interactions are performed inside the application, inside that, then it is called as a web application. Am I right? I hope everyone understood what is difference between website and web application. Website will just provide you the information. You can just watch it. Online, there will be several websites and several web applications. Web application usually allows you to interact. Web application allows you to interact. If a small search option is there, a small chat option is there, register, login like options are there, then it is not a website anymore. We can call it as a web application. Understood? So web is not all about websites. We have website and we have web application, right? So we have two types of contents. We have websites and web application, right? I hope everyone understood that technically. So everything is not a website. Suppose you are learning Java, .NET, PHP. like technologies, you will not learn how to design websites. You will learn how to design web applications. Understood? You will learn how to design web applications, not websites. Websites you can build with just HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can build websites. HTML, CSS, JavaScript is enough for building a website. But to build a web application, you need support of any server-side technology, databases, middlewares, and all. Understood? That means in Java, .NET, PHP, Python, you will not learn how to build websites. You will learn how to build web applications. We generally call them as web applications because they show you how to design which can interact with users. Website is just providing information. It will not allow any interactions. That is what actually difference between a website and a web application. So website so will not allow any interactions. Website will not allow any interactions server side, any interactions server side. And application will allow interactions server side. Technically we have both websites and web application. You remember yesterday, you see here, so I created a website and you saw that in IIS when we created a website, you saw that in the site's default website, I right click and selected add virtual directory. You have add application also. Many people have a doubt like what is directory, what is application. Application is also like a directory, but application is more dynamic than your website. Understood? We have a web application, add application. It also looks similar. Application also looks similar. But this application's intention is to provide more performance. That means it handles server-side interaction also. Server-side interactions also. So if you are developing something which is only site, means which is providing only information, not allowing interaction, then it is website. So if it is allowing interaction, then it is called as an web application. So if there is any server-side interaction, then it is not a website anymore. We call them as web application, right? So I hope everyone is clear about that. Usually a website contains all static pages. Am I right? Usually a website contains all static pages. If there are dynamic pages, then we better call this as an web application. Am I right? Right? We better call it as a web application. That is difference between website and web application. Another important option is we have blogs. Another important is we have blogs, right? Actually, blog is web log. In short, people call as blog. Actually, blogs are they are journals on internet. Blogs are journals on internet. What does that mean? I will tell you. Usually published by individual users, and updated periodically and updated periodically. Blogs are like journals. For example, I will tell you one simple point. What is a blog? So there are so many blog providers. I will show you them. So generally, what is a blog actually? The point is, usually a blog is nothing but it is For example, I will tell you, suppose you are new and you want to join a college. When you want to join a college, then you open the college website and you can see what the college infrastructure is, who is the faculty of the college, and everything. Now, after you joined that college, is that website any more helpful to you? Tell me. Understood my point? That means you already the member of that college. You know what infrastructure, what faculties are there, everything you know about that college. That means, is that website any more helpful for you? Will you use it every day? So, no, we don't do that. That means websites are usually for new people who know about us. So for the new people who want to know about us, for them we define. Generally, every college will maintain a blog for different departments. Understood? Every department have a group we generally call as a blog. Understood? Now you people will follow that blog every day. You people follow that blog every day. That means what is happening in your college, what activities are performed in your college, all such information, daily updates are uploaded into that blog. Understood? Is that blog helpful to any newcomer? Is that blog helpful to any newcomer? We don't need that. Newcomer doesn't need to know what you are doing every day in the college, what activities are performed in your college. He wants to just know about your college. That means website is for people who are new and blog is for the people who are regular. Understood? Blog is for the people who are regular, right? So that means we publish information and people can follow us. And for example, I will tell you, you want to join UI course, then you open Naresh IT website and search for faculties and information, and you can get the information about UI course. After you joined UI course and you are learning UI course, you will not follow the website anymore. You will follow the blog of that faculty where he is posting his all notes and details. Am I right? Am I right? That means that is not a website. That is actually a blog. Understood? Now these days, have you observed? Have you observed? People are on YouTube. You can see on YouTube, people are creating vlogs. Understood? Video logs. Have you seen that? That means information is daily updated in the form of video, not in the form of general text and pictures. Understood? That means now online on YouTube, you people may be following several vlogs. Am I right? So those people will be posting, right? Those people will be posting daily some, and you are watching those videos. You are subscribing to that video and you are watching that videos. So have you seen that? So many people say that please subscribe to my vlog. Am I right? That means it is like a channel that you are following. So technically, we have blogs, have websites, we have web applications. So usually blogs are blogs are simple. They are in only one page. Everything published in one page only. Everything is published in one page. You can observe, for example, the popular blog sites blogger.com. Blogger.com is one of the popular blog site. This is Blogger. This is Blogger. These days, this become outdated. Why? Because now people are doing their blogging. They are doing their blogging in YouTube only, directly video. These blogs are nothing but you can create a blog. It is free. You can create a blog. You can even earn money with your blog. You can even earn money with your blog. That means you post daily good information. Many people are watching it, following it. Then you can even get money from that. I hope many people know about this. You know this, right? Have you ever heard about this? Now, the blogs looks like a website, but you should not call them as a website. Blog contains information about individual users. Blogs contains information about individual users. Usually, blog publishes everything into one page only. Blog publishes everything into one page only. That's what actually the concept of blogs. How to create these blogs, how to design these blogs, that also we will learn here. I will show you how to design the blogs. That means you will get a clarity in understanding because blogs are free. You can create blogs, but websites, web application, you have to buy space. Blogs are free. If you have a Google account, you can create free blogs. But website, web application requires paid. That means you have to register the domains, you have to buy the space and all. Blogs are free. And these days we have microblogs. Microblogs means if many people, many users can post their personal information, information can post their personal information onto single page. Many people can post their personal information onto single page. That is called microblog. Example for microblog is Twitter. You know Twitter, right? If anyone asks what is a Twitter, then generally what you say, Twitter is a microblogging. Twitter is a website, a web application. Generally people say social networking, right? But technically Twitter is called as microblogger. Twitter is not a website. Twitter is not an application. Twitter is a microblog. Many people can post information onto one page. You know Twitter, you see the Twitter, everything is present on one page only. Have you seen that? There is nothing like next page, previous page. Everything comes onto one page only. Actually, Twitter introduced a concept called SPA. You heard about SPA? Single page applications. You heard about this? Huh? Twitter introduced a concept called single page applications, which is very much trending now. All people are learning technology to develop single page applications, right? That means now you are developing these single page applications. But Twitter is the world's first single page application, you can say. From the day Twitter came into market, it is single page application only. Now all other applications are trying to be like Twitter. Single page applications. Single page applications, what are those? I will tell you detailedly. They are more trending. So technically, so on web, there are a lot of things to develop. You have websites, you have web applications, we have blogs, we have microblogs, we have even wikis. Wiki is nothing but, actually wiki is an Hawaiian word. Wiki is an Hawaiian word, which means quick. Wiki means quick. Wiki means quick. Actually, I think you know Wikipedia. I think everyone knows Wikipedia, na? Everyone knows Wikipedia. Technically, everyone knows Wikipedia. Actually, why it is called Wikipedia? Because actually wiki means a quick, and wiki is quick. Wiki is quick. And pedia, Pedia is a reference for encyclopedia. So quick reference for encyclopedia. A quick reference for encyclopedia. That is what actually Wikipedia. Now, actually, many people, what they have to know about Wiki specialty is not that. Wiki specialty is, I will tell you. For example, you opened Naresh IT website. You saw UI technologies course. And suppose you saw here, so Naresh IT website. Naresh IT. So this is the Naresh IT website. And in the Naresh IT website, you opened some courses. That means you opened some course contents. So you opened some course contents and you are watching the course contents. So you are watching the course contents. That means you are selecting a course and you are watching some course content here. So any course you selected and the course content came here. Now, can you edit this course content? Can you edit this course content? Can you edit any point inside this? Can you edit any course content? No, you cannot edit any course content. But observe here, I am using Wikipedia. Wikipedia. This is Wikipedia. In this Wikipedia, I am searching for HTML. Some results came about HTML. So I am searching for JavaScript. Some results came about JavaScript. Some results came for HTML and JavaScript. When some results came about JavaScript, observe carefully. If you know better than what is written here, you see they have given an option edit. At the right corner, you can see edit. When I click on this, it will open that edit mode. I can make modification inside that. Have you observed that? That means a wiki is something which allows any user to edit its content. That is called wiki. So website is different from wiki. When you call it as a wiki, when it allows anyone to edit its content, you cannot edit other websites or applications content, but wiki allows that. Then it is called as an wiki. That is the specialty of Wikipedia actually. Wiki allows you to edit its content. I hope everyone understood. Right? Everyone understood. Wiki is not just showing you information. A wiki is allowing to make the changes also. You cannot make changes in websites. That means many people come and ask you, like, please design a wiki for us. What do you mean by that? He's asking to design a wiki for them. Wiki means, remember, important is they are asking you to edit. What does that mean? If you write some movie story instead of JavaScript here, will it take a? They are given you to make changes and you written a movie story and try to save, will it save? That means there will be an admin panel, there will be a review panel. Those people will verify the content that you have modified. Am I right? What do you think? They will simply save it, whatever you written. So there will be a separate team which will review your content. If they think it is appropriate, then only they will save. And if you mentioned about good changes, then they will give you the credit also. Understood? Credit means they will say that this is the person who submitted this article. So that is what actually wiki means. Now, can you tell me anything else other than this Wikipedia? Anything else other than Wikipedia similar to it? Can you tell me anything else other than Wikipedia similar to it? Similar to it. Okay, good. Stack Overflow, good. Very popular thing that you people already know is Google Maps. You know, Google Maps is a wiki. In Google Maps, you can write reviews, you can upload photos. Am I right? Can you do that? You see in Google Maps, na? Right? Yes. That means the point is if it is allowing anyone to make the changes into it and updating the changes, then that is not a website. We call it as a wiki. That is the reason to design wiki, to design microblogs, blogs, every time the same approach, same technology is not enough. So different technologies, different languages are required to design different things on web. That's the reason. So some people use Angular, some people use React, some people use PHP, some people use Java, some people use .NET. There is no one technology which can satisfy everything. For that particular situation, which technology provides more better functionality, we implement that. Otherwise, in entire software industry, only one technology should be there. If one technology is greater than others, am I right? If you say Java is great than others, then why .NET, why PHP, why Python are there? People should have learned only Java, na? Understood my point? That means it has certain issues in certain areas which are satisfied by other technologies. Other technologies are good in certain areas, so they are not good in other areas. Which technology is good in their particular situation, they use that technology. Understood? Am I right? Based on the requirements, based on the application, we use technologies, different technologies. So that's the reason designing wikis, designing microblogs, designing blogs, all these require so many. Generally, why we need various technologies in designing all these, we will learn about them. In the later stage, I will explain why Angular is used, why AngularJS is used, why jQuery is used, right? So if you have to learn the advanced technologies, to learn any web technology in the world, first basic prerequisite is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Understood? To learn anything related to web, you have to start with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I hope everyone is clear about that, right? So just we have discussed these points. What is a website? What is a web page? What is an application? What is a blog? What is a microblog? And what is a wiki? Now we have some more podcasting widgets. You need to know URL, URI, and you need to know some more terms. So what is HTTP? What is meant by protocol? All these terms are very much important. All these terms that we will discuss in tomorrow's session. Hope you are clear with this, everyone, right? Tomorrow we will finish all the terminology. And after understanding the terminology, then we will start working with HTML. Hope everyone clear. We will not directly start with HTML without knowing these basics, right? The basics are very much important. Once you know these basics, then we can start working with them, right? Yeah. I hope everyone is clear. Then tomorrow we will continue with other terms. And you know, I am uploading our notes into GitHub, right? And in the GitHub, this is the location. Only Sunday we will not have session. Sunday we will not have session, right? We will not have session. This is the location where I am uploading the notes, right? So you can get this notes, right? You can get the notes from here. Next Angular batch, it will take a little while, mostly within a week, a new Angular batch may start, right? Right. So all the notes I will upload here. So demos related. And mostly by tomorrow, we will finish all the demo. And from Monday, we will start learning with HTML. Okay. I hope everyone is clear with that. So don't expect directly practical without knowing all these basics, right? First, you need to understand the basics. then you can understand the practical approach. Step by step, we will go into it. Tomorrow, we will continue with the other terms, right? I hope everyone is clear. If you have any doubts, you can ping me.